Hi lads and lasses, Modest Pelican here with Mafia. If you enjoyed this video, please moan Modest Pelican Gaming instead of your partner's name during intimate relations, as this really helps spread the good word of my channel. Welcome to the city of Lost Heaven. I'm Tommy Angelo, and I'm part of the Mafia. I've got a good life and a beautiful family home. Not the elegant 2-story White House, I actually live in this seedy ghetto den, but on the positive side, my wife is smoking hot. The way her sweater vest tightly tucks over the conventional long sleeve button up really gets the juices flowing. Like any good man in the 1930s, I need to go to work while my wife folds laundry and does other stereotypical chores women of this era love to do. I really don't understand why they love ironing so much and having no rights. Anyway, the Don wants me to drive him to his favourite restaurant so that we can enjoy some pasta together, which sounds pretty cute. The drive is relatively uneventful. I mean, I do get pulled over for drifting, but I think I handle the situation reasonably well because remember, there is literally no problem a weapon can't solve. For example, I don't know why the world keeps beating around the bush with climate change when we could just shoot anyone using a plastic straw, or we could just shoot the sea turtles, or both. The Don and I enjoy our date, but before I've even proposed the idea of an under-the-table wristy, we're attacked by a hit squad. Suddenly we're pinned down in the restaurant and forced to shoot our way out. This is surely the doing of our rival family, and they will pay with blood. Don Salieri lays down suppressing fire while I run a flank and proceed to miss all of my shots and almost die. Fortunately, I brought a grenade to our lunch date, which is quite strange actually. Who carries around a grenade in their suit? That seems awfully dangerous. Next, we'll be forgetting to apply SP50+ sunscreen on hot summer's days. Tommy doesn't play by the rules. We get away, but this failed hit is an act of war. Back at our base, there's hired muscle everywhere and the entire family is ready for action. As the protagonist of the game, however, I'll do absolutely everything with almost no help. The problem with the Morello family, the ones who tried to kill us, is that every politician and police officer is on their payroll. This is why I'm going to attend a boat birthday party for the city councillor and hopefully have a great time because it's important to treat yourself, but also I'll obviously try to kill him. Weird that the sign says like and subscribe or Marto will twerk on your dad. Look at this chubby Malacca talking to two fine dames. I was chatting to two lasses last year online and it was going so well until I met them at the airport and to my disbelief, they were middle-aged Indian men. Obviously I wasn't down for that, so after 6 months I kicked them out of my house. I go and meet Paulie, who couldn't be acting more suspicious, and he gives me a sailor suit. I'll pretend to be part of the crew, which will give me full access to the ship. What could go wrong? The janitor has left a gun for me in one of the bathrooms, but I can't do anything suspicious or I'll blow my cover. Look at this gorgeous woman singing. Could you imagine how much better she'd look in a beige cashmere high-neck sweater vest? I'm sorry, I try to keep things family friendly on this channel, but you know how the youthful male mind can sometimes wander. I make my way to the bathroom and this dodgy seaman accuses me of not being part of the crew. He is right and likely just an innocent hard worker chasing the American dream, but it is what it is. Call me risk averse, but I dump the body off the back of the boat. If the paddle steamer's large wheel doesn't crush him, I'm sure he'll quickly drown in the ice cold water. I grab the revolver and get ready to take the shot. This mission would be so badass if I wasn't wearing an extremely camp looking sailor outfit. I look like a children's birthday entertainer about to spit some red hot happy birthday fire. As the spectacular fireworks decorate the sky overhead, it presents a poetic metaphor. These happy explosions represent other not so happy explosions that are about to happen. Okay, maybe that wasn't a very good metaphor, but the point is the Don asks me to start eliminating just about everyone so he can regain power. Political members, police, Morello's men, he is one angry Italian man. The next hit is a big one though. I've got to take down Morello's younger brother. He's got one guard standing watch who quite frankly looks great. I know we're rivals, but there is a definite mutual respect for a fellow fedora-wearing epic gaming vagine hunter. I sneak around the back and place the bomb. Unfortunately, it's his wife who starts the car and she proceeds to explode everywhere. Some would say like a glorious firework. Tommy has this moment of reflection as he questions what he's doing. I guess shooting 3 police officers in the street, drowning a sailor, assassinating the city's councillor, and consistently slaughtering people in public is fine, but killing a mob boss's wife is where you draw the line, hey Tommy boy. The war between the families only escalates and the body count rises. I've really been getting around. I should swap these dress shoes out for a pair of New Balance sneakers. It would be better for the longevity of my joints, that's for sure. Finally, I managed to get Morello's son, and I do the ethical thing and burn him alive, so that his family won't have to make a funeral insurance claim as he's already been cremated, paying it forward. In everyone's life, they have a moment to change the course of history and make a real difference in the world. Morello himself has been spotted downtown, and now is our chance to end this. Literally nothing can stop us now, except my millionth speeding ticket. I'm questioning why I still have the driving simulation setting on that has the police enforce the road rules. We spot the big girl leaving the theatre and the chase is on. We're about to make this man's son an orphan. That sounds a bit harsh, but on the positive side, whenever the son takes a selfie, it will be a family photo because, you know, everyone else is dead. Honestly, if we weren't about to commit first-degree murder, this country drive would be welcomed as things have been stressful back at home. Tommy's wife left the house in a dress that showed her shoulders yesterday, and I almost threw up everywhere. The open road is doing wonders right now, but that woman needs to find God. It wouldn't be a video game without a scene where we chase a plane down a runway. I have to lean out the window and shoot the engines out so Morello can't escape. If we can get him here, then we can all go back to living our relatively peaceful lives. We manage to disable the plane as it slowly falls to the ground like a firework without any gunpowder. It's crazy how you can metaphorically relate literally anything to a firework. Like for example, my hose are like my firework collection. I don't have a firework collection. Or my YouTube channel is like one of those tiny fireworks that you buy for a few dollars. Moderately entertaining for a few minutes. Wow, this is great content, but the important thing is we find the crash and Morello. Sammy, Paulie and I bond for a moment over the utterly brutal slaying of our biggest opposition. We really are best friends forever. We expected peace, but that's not what happened. For a brief moment, the bar was full of patrons and the family seemed to be back the way it was. The thing about organised crime though, is it surprisingly doesn't attract the most wholesome of people. A new mayor is campaigning and Don Salieri wants him taken care of. Of course, this means putting together an effective and strategic political campaign in order to efficiently and effectively push our own candidate into office. Kidding, of course we're just going to kill him. Who better than me? And it's at this moment Tommy starts to realise that perhaps he's the bad guy. Wow, somebody get this big dog a medal for being so switched on. Anyway, the wannabe mayor is giving a speech at the lake park and there's a perfect vantage spot up at the old prison. Unfortunately, the facility has been inhabited by drunken homeless people, the third worst kind of homeless people. This guy even has the audacity to throw a bottle at me, which is pretty uncool. I attempt to pull a gun out so I can shoot him, but it looks like I didn't grab a weapon before I left. I guess there'll be no shooting of homeless people today, which is extremely disappointing. Fortunately, it turns out they're not too hostile, they're just scared I'm going to evict them. Not as scared as I am though, as this segment is a bit creepy. I find the best way to deal with creepy video games is to become the hunter. I'm pretty sure this guy is using a urinal as a water fountain, and although I respect the staying hydrated grind, he's gotta go. It's at this moment I see a girl who makes my wife look like a randy, promiscuous she-devil. This woman's skirt is so conservative it covers literally her entire legs. Can a female be more Christian than this? I try to get her to follow me, but that's not what the game developers had in mind, so I do what I have to do. I will carry her with me, and then when she eventually regains consciousness, I'll let her know that we're getting married. It'll be a beautiful wedding, and all of her cracked friends can come and celebrate with us. The love is short-lived though, as I have to climb a ladder, and I can't climb and hold a body. I lay Long Skirty down in some boxes. The one that got away, and probably also has internal brain bleeding as she hit the floor pretty hard. I head to the top of a guard tower where the lads have left me a rifle. Usually we take down the corrupt politicians, but this guy just wants to clamp down on organised crime. It's a difficult ethical decision for Tommy. Does he 360 quickscope for the boys, or take his time with the hard scope but lose respect amongst the trick-shotting community? Tango down, but that's an embarrassing kill cam. It doesn't stop there, as the Don has me and the crew breaking into warehouses and stealing cigars. We were meant to move up in the world after taking down Morello, yet here we are doing petty crimes again. It's not like there's much choice, as if you don't obey orders, you get taken out. It's a brutal but incredibly efficient way to run a business. As we unload the merchandise, we realise that we weren't stealing cigars, we were stealing much harder narcotics. The Don lied to us, and he's got us out here distributing the kind of stuff that'd get you locked up for life. Paulie and I decide that we want out of the family, as murdering innocent people and being lied to isn't what we signed up for. The Don's lost his way and we're just pawns on a chessboard. Or some would say sparklers at a large metropolitan city's New Year's Eve firework display. Last one, I promise. Anyway, we need money and then we need to disappear, so we do the only logical thing we can do. Rob the biggest bank in the city. It was Paulie's idea, and he's always been pretty unstable, so who better to lead the way? Robbing banks in this era was so much cooler as there weren't high-tech security cameras around. I take the bank manager hostage and escort him down to the vault. I assure him that if he tries anything funny, then I'll kill him. As soon as we arrive at the vault, he tells his men to attack me and they all spring out of their hiding places. I'm then forced to kill them all, which is just great as I'm trying to be a better person and a lawful citizen, yet I've murdered 4 people already today. I also shot a woman upstairs earlier because she didn't lie down. What good is setting rules if you don't enforce them? I also killed the bank manager because I'm a man of principle. That's the last murder though, I swear I'm a changed man. Fortunately, the Lost Heaven PD haven't heard of backdoors and we managed to slip away without too much fuss. Well, a fair few police cars tried to chase us down, but their AI isn't too good at following you when you send it. So yeah, we successfully robbed a bank. That almost seemed too easy. Of course we leave the city with the money and my family that night to avoid any disasters happening. I'm kidding, we decide to wait until morning so the story can be more epic. I tell my wife that she's lucky I haven't left her for a nun yet, and then head out to meet Paulie at his place. I arrive at his frankly miserable apartment complex, and 2 women are gossiping about gunshots they heard early this morning. I'm sure it's unrelated to the heist, and that my boy is waiting upstairs for me with a fresh glass of chilled H2O and a bag of money, but just kidding, he's dead. Wow. I need to figure out what's going on, so I head over to meet Sammy at City Hall. Clearly the Don isn't too happy with us for robbing the bank and planning to skip town. He's had some hits put out, and I'm next. How did he know though? Of course Sam betrayed us, what a snitch, and he's waiting with his boys to kill me too. Fortunately I'm the protagonist and have some pretty thick plot armor, so I implausibly escape. Sam tries to flee through the art gallery as I turn on Doom Eternal mode. These murders are definitely the last murders though, I'm a great guy. I managed to clip him and it seems that he's weak. It looks like he stumbled into this priceless statue, knocking it over, and then felt bad for disrespecting the culture, so did some finger painting of his own to try and make amends. God damn, Sam is a bad friend, but without a doubt a creative genius. I finished the Malacca with a Tommy gun, which makes me feel incredibly 1930s gangster, and then he pleads for his life. Tommy Angelo is no simp though. The final twist is wild. Tommy rats the whole family out to the police in exchange for the safety and protection of his family. With Salieri safely behind bars for life, he gets to watch his daughter get married and live happily ever after. Well, until about 40 years later when he's watering his garden and this happens.
Mr. Angelo. Yes. Mr. Salieri sends his regards.
I guess the lesson here is, don't personally water your plants, get a gardener. I'm streaming on Twitch again, so I would love to see you there. This game was so good and I loved making this short series. Thanks for watching, you absolute legends. Until next time, and as always, stay classy.